Hey, what's going on YouTube? So very recently, one of you reached out to me for a second opinion on a situation, and it goes a little something like this. Hello Amos, I've been watching your YouTube videos for a few years now. You've been an inspiration for me for so long. Thank you, I'm grateful for that. I'm wondering if you could give me some advice on moving out with a minimum wage job. The advice is for a friend. My friend has a really tough life. She has no family and has been living in my family's house for a few years now, but she can't stay much longer here. We live in a very high cost of living area and the rent is really high. I would love some tips from you. She's always been having many dark thoughts. I don't know what to do and who to talk to since I'm her only friend and vice versa. Okay, so first and foremost, I just want to say I'm sincerely sorry that you're going through such a time. You know, I think it's really unfortunate that anyone in this world has to go through that situation, and I'm really sorry that it's you that has to go through this. But anyways, I wanted to give you my response, a second opinion, and I know that you're asking on behalf of your friend, but I kind of wanted to talk to the camera as if I'm talking to the friend directly. And I hope you don't mind, but I took this pretty seriously, and I wrote all of my thoughts out on a journal, so this notepad, I'm going to be referencing it back and forth, okay? So I want to let you know right off the bat that it's absolutely possible that one can move out and survive and thrive while having a minimum wage job in a high cost of living area, such as Los Angeles or even New York City. But here's the thing. Instead of trying to get a place to yourself, you know, like having your own apartment or your own condo or your own villa, what I want to suggest is that you try to rent a room in an apartment with roommates. So if possible, seek roommates to share the cost of living with. Okay, so whether it's your friend or your classmates or coworkers, anybody, just reach out to people and let them know that you're in this situation where you want to share a living space with someone. Personally, I've had roommates on and off for the past 10 years. Okay, so I know that sharing life with neighbors and roommates is actually a great way to live and to lighten the burden of having to pay everything by yourself. So first and foremost, try to get an accommodation where it's affordable and try to share the costs by having 1, 2, 3 roommates, okay? Second, I really want to encourage you to develop a budget. I really need you to come up with a financial plan and stick to it, okay? Be really strict. Now, there's so many different ways to budget. There's a lot of methods and apps out there, but what I want to suggest is, if I could boil it down to one sentence when it comes to budgeting 101, is to save more money than you spend. Now I'm going to say that again so I really know that it sticks with you. Save more than you spend. And you can do that by distinguishing your needs versus wants. Okay, so when you differentiate what a want spending is versus a need spending, that can make a huge world of difference as to how much you save per week or even per month. So to give you an example of what need spending is, essentially it's necessities for living, things you cannot go on without. And that includes money for your rent, money for your food and groceries, and number 3 is like utilities, and number 4, maybe a cell phone bill. It doesn't have to be $100 or even $80. There's something called Mint Mobile, where you pay for what you need or what you want, and it can be as low as freaking like $20, $15, or even like 12 or 10 bucks, okay? So look into Mint Mobile. And as a millennial, I know that a lot of us are burdened with a lot of debt. So what you want to do is, with the money left over from paying necessities, you know, your need spending, what you want to do is pay down your high interest debts and avoid further debts. Stop taking out loans, try to eliminate the ones that you have by paying it off on time and paying diligently. Okay? Third, what I need you to do is develop a resume and actively search for other employment options that pay higher while you still work for that minimum wage job. okay? You don't have to just say, okay, I'm gonna be working here for the rest of my life. I'm only good to make 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 bucks. That's it. That's all I'm ever gonna make. No, get out of that mindset, get out of that mentality. What you wanna do is work at that job, but also actively use the online resources that are out there to look for jobs and try to improve and step up and try to get a job or a career that pays even $1 more per hour, okay? Please do not settle for less. You're better than that and you can do it. You can do this, I promise, okay? Just stay strong and keep fighting. And with that said, please take this one day at a time, okay? Tackle every issue that comes your way, one thing at a time. Try not to get overwhelmed by thinking about everything all at once or trying to see the end goal constantly. Rather, strive to try to improve yourself and your situation one day at a time. So tackle this problem or situation one day at a time. You can do it. And in regards to the dark thoughts that you've been having, I really want to suggest that you need to make self-love a priority in your life. Okay? When you allow those negative and dark thoughts to consume you from the inside out, it gets overwhelming. I know because I've been there, I've done that, and I know that it's a battle that you have to fight every single hour, every single night, every single morning. I know how bad it can get if you allow it. So with that said, please make self-love a priority. And you can do that by constructing habits to improve your self-esteem. Now you can do that in many different ways. One way is to just be more kind to yourself. I know that you're in this situation that feels pretty terrible at the moment, but be kind to yourself, okay? You're learning as you go. All right, and you can appreciate how strong you are for fighting through this. It takes a lot of willpower and courage to go through what you're going through and to not give up and to keep fighting. And so I really want to encourage you to keep going. You're doing a great job, okay? Just keep fighting the good fight, be kind to yourself, and construct habits where it's possible that you will be able to love yourself more. And I know it's hard to believe right now, but you have to trust me on this. This is only one season of your life. Eventually another season will come. So you can think of this as winter, where it's cold, it's dark, it's gloomy, and there's clouds just hanging over your head day and night, day and night. I get it. But eventually, I promise you, just like in nature, spring will arrive and another season will come in your life where you're not struggling so much. And so as you go through this season in your life, I just want to give you a tip that really helped me out when I went through a similar situation. Do not expect anything from anyone, okay? Lower your expectations from people, and by doing so, you can avoid being let down and disappointed from time to time again and again. Because if you keep living your life expecting so much from everyone around you, what's going to happen is they're going to continue to let you down. It's just human nature, where humans around you will never live up to your expectations. So it's best to just lower your expectations, to give without expecting anything in return, and to live your life that way. Because if you don't, and you expect so much from people around you, eventually it's going to take a toll on you and it's going to devastate you. So it's best to just live your life where you don't expect much from anyone around you. But if they go above and beyond, like showing up on time or making your day better, then love them all the more the same. Okay? But do not let your day be ruined because one of your friends showed up late or one of them spread a rumor about you. It's whatever. It's human nature, okay? A lot of humans do bad things, and I'm no different. So take this time to realize that you can live your life in a way where you can be happy by having lower expectations from people around you. But I also understand that we live in a world that is not full of rainbows, unicorns, and sunshine and smiley faces everywhere. So if your thoughts turn more dark, please, I beg of you to call this number, okay? 1-800-273-8255. Please call that number. There is help out there for you, and there are people like me who genuinely care about you and your well-being. So please do not give up, okay? If you need someone to talk to, like in person, then don't be afraid to hit up your local church and contact a pastor there. Hit up a friend that you know you can trust and is willing to be there for you at 2 a.m. in the morning when you're crying on your bedroom floor and you just feel like giving up. Don't hesitate to reach out to the connections that you have. You are loved more than you know, okay? You are loved more than you know. There are people around you that care about you. Truly, I say that. I know that things seem impossible right now, and it's really hard to keep a smile on your face when you're fighting back tears every moment, when you're driving your way to work. I know that you're fighting back tears, and just things seem impossible. But what I need you to know is that I know what it's like to be fighting a storm in your head while having to pretend to be fine on the outside. It's hard to even swallow your food and fall asleep at night because of all these negative thoughts and your circumstances and all your obstacles and all your burdens and the weight that you have to carry every day and every night. I know. But giving up is not the answer, and it never will be, okay? Because giving up is a permanent solution to this temporary problem. And ending your own life is not the answer. I promise you, there are better days ahead. You just have to keep fighting through this season of your life. This winter will not last forever. I promise you, there are better days ahead where spring comes and everything starts blossoming and everything starts happening for you and for your benefit and to better you. Listen to my voice. I want to encourage you to fight back whenever you feel negative and to please change your attitude to adopt the mentality of a warrior, because you really are. Think about it. You are a warrior that's been fighting up until this point, and you are a warrior that can fight for a better day, and that better day could be now. So keep fighting. And I want to let you know that it's okay to cry, but do not quit. You can have tears in your eyes and keep fighting, but do not quit. Okay? Please keep fighting the good fight. Man, I'm feeling all sorts of ways right now. A lot of emotions are in me because I'm thinking about my past and all the other people I've helped before. But anyways, I make these videos without expecting anything in return because I genuinely love helping people. But before I end this video, I just wanted to let you know that there is a kicker to this story, okay? And the kicker is that the friend, or I guess I'm talking to the friend, I know that you have a car lease with high payments. And from my understanding, I know that you can't just get rid of a car that has a lease. You can't just get it eliminated, because from my understanding, I know that you have to pay the rest of it off, or you have to pay a huge penalty fee. And so what I want to suggest is that it's a good thing that you're living in a high cost of living area such as Los Angeles or New York City, because generally mega cities have a really good public transportation system around you. So don't be afraid and don't feel embarrassed to take the subway or the bus, okay? This season of your life is meant for you to grind it out and to endure some struggles, and that might entail going through your work life and personal life without having a car. And so what I want to suggest for you is to find someone to take over the remaining lease of the car, okay? You can post an ad on Craigslist, letgo.com, OfferUp, or even Facebook Marketplace, all right? Giving up your car to someone else by transferring the lease is a really good solution to this problem, because you don't have to necessarily be giving 50, 60, 80% of your paycheck to pay off the lease and then the remainder to your rent. Okay, I know not having a car might sound like a huge burden, but it's possible, okay? I lived in Asia without a car for 2 years. Sometimes it was suffocating, sometimes it was frustrating, but eventually I adapted, and I actually really loved taking a public transportation to go about my day every day. And so eventually you will adapt, okay? And you might think that it's not possible for someone to accept your car and the lease that comes along with it, but think about it, okay? You already paid off the down payment, and not only that, as an incentive for them to take the lease as a transfer. You can give $100, $200, or even a few $100s as a reward or even a bonus for them if they do decide to take it over. And with all things considered, that's a pretty good deal for whoever takes your car over. And that concludes the video. I genuinely hope that it helped you out. Please let me know if it didn't and how I can improve and what you liked from what I said or what I didn't say. If you are a viewer watching this and you've been through a similar situation as the person that I'm addressing, because I'm speaking from my own personal experience, because I've been through that circumstances as well. But if you went through it as well, please let me know what I missed and give some further advice. And with that said, I'll talk to you next time, neighbor.